I don't know what to say, guys. I really don't. I'm honestly at a loss for words, to be honest with you guys. To be honest, man, I really don't even know how to start off this review. It's like it's honestly like WWE or the people running this. It's like these people don't care no more. If we're being honest, guys, it's like WWE does not care no more. They don't want to try. I like, and then we hear all this like, oh yeah, Vince McMahon isn't really running Monday Night Raw anymore. He's more focused on SmackDown and the XFL. I beg to differ. Because yes, you guys know we're gonna rant. You know I'm gonna rant, but I'm also just sitting here just like, what's the point of me doing these reviews every single week? Because it's just the same old thing. It's legit the same old thing every single week. These shows just keep getting worse and worse and worse. The WWE draft did absolutely nothing to help these shows. Raw and SmackDown are probably worse off than what they were before the draft. And just like, it's just depressing. Not for me. It's just like you seeing what AEW and NXT are putting on every single Wednesday, right? They're good. Those superstars are going out busting their asses, right? Busting their asses, and you have a team behind those. The people running the creative departments on both NXT and AEW on Wednesday. They care and they want to see the brand succeed. But when you look at Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, it's like, honestly, it's like the people want to see Monday Night Raw and SmackDown get canceled. It's like they want to see WWE sink. All right? Honestly, there was a report. Earlier today that SmackDown, and I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked when I saw this. There was a report that SmackDown only drew in 800,000. Only 800,000 viewers last week. I was absolutely appalled by this. I could not believe what I was hearing. SmackDown only getting 800,000 viewers? Really? I knew, and I said this on my SmackDown Live review. I knew that SmackDown was going to suffer a decrease in viewership for multiple reasons. One is because the shows are just not that good. Two, because the NBA season is starting and everybody's watching basketball. And three, we also have the World Series going on between the Nationals and the Astros. All right. So basically, when you have those, big sporting events going on, of course SmackDown's going to suffer. And also, SmackDown was on FS1. And I don't think they did a really good job of advertising that SmackDown was going to be on FS1 this week. I know not even everybody has FS1. All right, not all cable network, because FS1 for some people that's a higher level premium channel. All right, so not even everyone has FS1. So for those 4 reasons, I knew that the SmackDown viewership was going to go down. I expected it to be about 1.8, 1.9, right, at minimum. No, it got under 1 million viewers. It only had 880,000. So you're telling me AEW had more views this week than SmackDown. All right. And NXT almost did more than SmackDown this week. I didn't know. I know these shows are not good. But for SmackDown to do that bad, I was absolutely shocked. I had no idea what to say. I really didn't. I had no idea what to say, what to think, man. I was just shocked. I was shocked. But honestly, Monday Night Raw has been so bad for weeks. At least some weeks SmackDown is, okay or decent. Monday Night Raw, like I said, Monday Night Raw, I don't remember. I don't remember the last time Monday Night Raw had a good show. I really don't. That's how bad these shows are. All right? And it's just disappointing. Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, what they really need to do, honestly, what they really need to do is clear out the entire creative department on both shows. All right? Vince McMahon also needs to go. They need to clear out the creative departments, and Triple H needs to take over. Triple H needs to elect somebody to take over the NXT creative, and Triple H needs to take over Raw and SmackDown creative. Let Vince go do his XFL thing, because at this point, Vince has lost so much touch with the audience. It is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, man. Every time I think these shows can't get worse, they get worse. And at this point, I just don't know what to think. They're the only option for any change on these shows is Vince needs to go, and the creative departments need to be cleared out, and Triple H needs to take over. That's the only way I can see any level of change being brought to this company. Because right now, WWE is probably in the lowest bit. After everything that's happened, after the disaster of Hell in a Cell, after the disaster of a WWE draft, you think they would take a hint. You think the ratings, SmackDown only getting 880,000 viewers last week, you think they would take a hint. But they don't. They keep getting worse and worse and worse. All right? And then there's a small part of me, there's a very small part of me that wants to think things are there, things might slightly get better after we get out of Crown Jewel. All right? But the thing about it is, like I've been saying, guys, we're only 2 weeks away from Survivor Series. Survivor Series is in 2 weeks. We're in the last days of October, right? Survivor Series is 2 weeks away. But nobody cares. We have absolutely no build for Survivor Series. All their focus is on Crown Jewel, which is a glorified house show, in my opinion, just in a stadium in Saudi Arabia. This company is terrible. It's honestly, this company is terrible. They have no brain cells. It's sad. It's sad to see the downfall of this company. All right, get everybody out of power. Everyone needs to be fired. I don't care. I don't agree with people losing their jobs, but at this point, everybody in those creative departments needs to be fired. Triple H needs to take over. Vince needs to go. It's gotten to that point. It really has. Because it is sad. I've been a fan since I was a little boy. I've been watching wrestling for 20 years. And it is sad to see the state of this company in 2019. I don't give a damn if they're making more money than they ever had. I really don't. All right? In terms of the quality of these shows, these shows are downright unwatchable. Downright unwatchable. If you're a wrestling fan, and I hate to say this as a WWE fan, all right? If you're a real wrestling fan, I would only watch wrestling on Wednesdays. If I wasn't doing YouTube, if I wasn't, on here, on this podcast, talking every single week, all right, I would only be watching wrestling on Wednesdays, AEW and NXT. But since I know you guys love my Monday Night Raw reviews and my SmackDown reviews, I know since you guys love that, those are the videos that get probably the most traction on this channel. I'm going to keep giving you guys them. All right? I will take the pain and the misery and the suffering for you guys. All right? Just like Jesus did on the cross. I will take the suffering for you guys and continue to watch this garbage each and every single week. All right, man. But I'm just telling you guys, as a wrestling fan, you guys should only be watching on Wednesdays. That's when the real wrestling is. That's where the real storytelling is. Because somehow Vince McMahon and WWE Creative have forgot how to tell good stories in 2019. All right, this, guys, is your Monday Night Raw review. I am Fitzmon TV. Thank you guys for joining me here tonight on the Legit Truth podcast, man. Man, honestly, I wasn't even paying attention during most of Raw. I was watching the Warriors beat the Pelicans. All right, I was watching NBA basketball. I'm so glad NBA is back. So now I can just change the channel on Mondays because I wasn't gonna watch Monday Night Football. That Steelers Dolphins game was terrible. And the Dolphins lost again. Oh my goodness. But yes, guys, we're gonna be talking about Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna try to get through this as quickly as possible. I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to be here that long. This show is absolute garbage. But as always, follow me on social media. I usually live tweet during the show. I wasn't live tweeting a lot tonight because I didn't care. I legit had Monday Night Raw on in the background once again as I was watching the NBA. But we're gonna go through the show. There was very, very, very small positives on this show. It's like WWE just doesn't know how to build superstars in 2019. It's like how I always say, the reason why WWE relies so much on Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, Bayley, Becky, the reason why is because they refuse to build and develop new stars in 2019. All right, WWE has I say this almost every week. WWE has the most talent it ever has in the history of the company, and they don't know how to use it. They don't know how to use it, man. And it's so disappointing. It really is. But we're going to go through Monday Night Raw. I'm going to try to get this done quickly. So, the show started off with Paige. All right, I remember last week on WWE Backstage, Paige asked Vince McMahon to bring her back to TV. To bring her back to TV so she could be manager of the Kabuki Warriors, all right? Which, I have no problem with. She is, I'm hoping one day Paige will be allowed to wrestle. I'm hoping one day Paige will be cleared because she is fantastic. I hate how people always blame Sasha Banks for that injury when Paige and Sasha have both shut down those rumors for years. That wasn't Sasha's fault, but then fans always love to blame Sasha for that. It pisses me off. It really does. But the show started off with Paige. Paige came out, and she got a good response from the crowd because the crowd actually cares for her. I'll say this one thing. This crowd in Indiana is absolute garbage. All right? It seems like these crowds keep getting worse and worse and worse each and every single week. All right? It's crazy, man, how bad these crowds are getting. It seems like every time, I'm going to start making a list of, every time we go to a certain city and the crowd is absolutely terrible, I'm just going to be I'm going to put them on a list. I'm going to make my own list, like the WWE 2K20 My Career Story or Chris Jericho's list back when he was still with the company, right? I'm going to make my own list of towns WWE should not go to anymore for Raw or SmackDown. Because these crowds get worse and worse and worse each and every single week. Indianapolis was terrible. Definitely one of the top 3 worst crowds of the year. All right? It's like they didn't care about anything on this show tonight. All right? They didn't care about none of this. The only time they were really loud is probably when Becky Lynch came out, because Becky Lynch is WWE's biggest star this year. And probably when Randy Orton hit that amazing RKO on Ricochet. But the show started with Paige. Paige came out, and basically she introduced the Kabuki Warriors, all right? And this was actually the way the show started off was done. It was great. Well, not great, but it was good. The show started off pretty damn well, but they just messed it up as always, all right? Messed up as always. So basically, she was talking up the Kabuki Warriors, talking about how proud she was of them as they made it to the top of the division, becoming the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. All right. But this would lead to Asuka and Kairi Sane mocking their manager, and Asuka hits on Paige in the face with the green mist, which has become Asuka's thing. All right, this is, I think, the 3rd time she did it to Becky. She did it to not Alexa. She did it to Nikki Cross, and now she's done it to Paige. All right. Imagine if I ever seen Asuka do that to Sasha Banks, I would flip my lid. I would honestly flip my lid if I ever had to see Sasha Banks get showered in the face with Asuka's green mist spit. All right. I like Asuka's green mist just because it's something we don't see in WWE these days. All right, we hadn't really seen that since the days of the Boogeyman. All right, but it's coming to a point now where if Asuka keeps doing it, this is one of my problems with WWE. All right, whenever they have something good, they absolutely burn it to the ground. All right, they do it so much that you don't care about it. aka the Firefly Funhouse. I love the Firefly Funhouse. But one thing is, WWE keeps doing it every single week doing new episodes, and then it makes you care less and less because it doesn't feel as special. I liked Asuka doing it the first time to Nikki Cross. I liked it even better when she did it the second time to Becky. And I liked how she did it tonight to Paige. But every time she does it, I care about it a little bit less because WWE is overexposing it. We should only see Asuka do it in special circumstances. I'll give it a pass tonight, but if I keep seeing her do the green mist, I'm just not going to care because WWE's going to keep doing it, and then it's going to get to the point where like I don't want to see no more because it's not going to feel genuine. It's not going to feel good. And the thing is, you could pretty much tell every time Asuka has that green makeup on her face, she has the green mist. You guys can tell, but Becky Lynch came out. Paige was acting like she was actually blind. They gave her water, but Paige kept saying that she couldn't get the mist out of her eyes. And, the mist looks disgusting. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all. But Becky Lynch came out, and Becky Lynch came out to make the save for Paige. She started brawling with Asuka and Kairi Sane. And Asuka and Kairi Sane were actually getting offense in on Becky Lynch. All right. Clearly, this is Becky's new opponent. This is probably the only two people I can think of on Monday Night Raw that Becky hasn't really faced. So WWE, if they want, through the rest of this year, they could just do Becky versus Kairi Sane and Asuka. But the thing is, WWE messed up on it. They messed up. The beginning part of the segment was done so well. It solidified Asuka and Kairi Sane as heels. I absolutely love that. All right. But, this we saw Kairi Sane versus Becky Lynch, and this was easily in the sense Kairi Sane's been on the main roster since the Superstar Shakeup all the way back earlier this year. This was easily, in my opinion, the best Kairi Sane has looked. All right, this was a great match. And Tyrone, what do you say? I'm going to just start watching Raws on the exact dates from the 2000s every week from now on. Hey, man, you would be doing yourself a favor. I agree with you, bro. But, Kairi Sane, ever since she's back on the main roster, she has done nothing. She's done nothing until, she actually won the Women's Tag Team Championships with Asuka about a month ago. And, tonight she looked great. She did look great. This was a great match. But, and I understand Becky Lynch, she is the face of the company. And I'll give WWE credit. If they do one thing correctly, they make Becky look strong. Right? Becky almost always looks strong in win or defeat. That's just her character. And I love Becky Lynch. I really do. I still hate how she defeated Sasha Banks. All right? That still bothers me. But I still love Becky Lynch. But basically, this was a great match. But I still agree with the outcome. I really don't. I usually don't agree with champions winning or losing. All right. I don't want Becky to be losing as my champion because that makes her look weak. But everyone knows no matter if Becky wins or loses, she's gonna look strong either way. It's not gonna do anything to her. Becky has reached the level where if she loses a match, it's not gonna hurt her in the long run. All right, it's not gonna hurt her. So what would have been the problem with having Kairi Sane beat Becky tonight? I would have not had a problem. That would have made Kairi into a bigger star. Used to be in the business of developing stars. Becky Lynch is already a star. She's arguably the face of the company. All right, you don't need that Becky looking strong. Becky doesn't have to win every single week. Becky's incredible. All right, I love Becky. And I know Sleep Angels, you don't. But I still love Becky, even though she should have never beat Sasha. But still, Becky doesn't have to win every single match. Because in that way, it makes everything Becky does predictable. Because that's what Becky Lynch has been all year. Yes, Becky's had a great run over the last year. But everything she does is predictable. Because it doesn't matter what, Becky's winning. All right? We all knew she was winning at WrestleMania. It was either that or Ronda. We knew Charlotte was going to win that match. And we all thought Ronda was moving on from the company. She was going to take a break from wrestling after that, which she has. So we all knew Becky. The only logical choice of winning at WrestleMania was Becky. And we all knew when Sasha was out, and we didn't know about Sasha's status, because we knew Sasha was maybe the only legit contender in the Raw Women's division at the time. But then they gave us that garbage of Lacey Evans throughout the entire summer, right? And in Natalia. There was never one point which I thought that Becky was losing her title. It was basically Sasha. It was basically Sasha. Sasha was the only person that I thought could legitimately take the title from Becky. And I still think Sasha should have took the title from Becky. But, it makes sense just because Sasha got moved to SmackDown. Even though I'm still mad that Sasha lost at Clash Champions and again at Hell in a Cell. I'm still mad about that. All right? I still think WWE got that decision wrong. Because look at SmackDown's women's division. SmackDown's women's division is absolute garbage right now. Absolute garbage. But, right now, there's nothing that tells me. And yes, as much as I would love to see Becky and Asuka go at it again, which I think this is where this is going to lead up to. All right? We're going to see Becky versus Asuka. Because those are the only two contenders other than Charlotte that Becky really has right now in that women's division. What's telling me that Asuka's going to defeat Becky? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing that's telling me that Becky's going to lose the title to Asuka. Nothing. I'm telling you right now, Becky's holding that title till Mania. And maybe past that. Because there's legit nobody. Sasha should have been the one to take the title for Becky. And what you should have done, you should have sent Becky to SmackDown the feud with a heel Bayley. That's what should have been done. Sasha should have been made the face of the Raw Women's division, and then you sent Becky over the feud with the new heel Bayley. That's what you should have been. Because Becky, honestly, at this point, yes, she is strong. But the thing about it is, it's predictable. It's becoming like John Cena in 2006. That's what it's becoming. Because this doesn't matter who Becky faces, I don't think she's losing. Because you have Becky looking strong. And yes, when Becky finally does lose the title, no matter if it's to Asuka or Kairi Sane or Shayna Baszler or somebody from NXT, when Becky eventually loses that title, it's gonna be made to be a special moment. Because it's going to be, look, someone defeated Becky Lynch, the unstoppable last kicker that's defeated everybody, that's run roughshod over everybody in the last year. All right? But honestly, Kairi Sane should have won this match. Becky losing would have done nothing. Nothing. This should have been more about building Kairi Sane up, all right, making her look like a star, because Kairi Sane is incredible. She is great in the ring. Absolutely fantastic. Just like Asuka. But the thing about it is, you have Kairi Sane lose, and at the end of the day, people aren't going to be able to take Kairi Sane seriously just because you've already had Becky defeat her once. You had everything set in stone. You had everything perfect. You had the segment that solidified Asuka and Kairi Sane as heels. The pacing was done beautifully. The match was great, but the outcome messed up. Just like the Sasha feud. The feud was great. You had the amazing matches. It was just the outcome was messed up. Honestly, I don't know. It's time, WWE. It is really time for us to start building up somebody to defeat Becky. It really is. Because right now, I'm going to keep saying it. Becky's not going to lose that title till Mania. Because you have done nothing to tell me or show me anybody that legit has the muscle and the strength to defeat her. That's all I got to say about that. Kairi Sane should have won this match. WWE did everything right with the beginning of this show until the outcome. And after that, I just didn't care. After this match, this show fell off the map. It fell off the map. All right, WWE started the show so perfectly until the outcome of this match. So disappointing. Next up, we had R-Truth versus Buddy Murphy. Did not care. All right, R-Truth came out talking about how he was going to regain the 24/7 championship. I didn't really care. All right, because honestly, 24/7 championship stuff, I say this every week, keep it on YouTube. It should not be on Monday Night Raw. All right, but R-Truth, R-Truth's pretty hilarious. I would like to see R-Truth have his own comedy show. The guy's pretty funny. I'm not going to lie. All right, he talked about how he got glasses from Lens Crafters. It was pretty funny because I get my glasses from Lens Crafters in real life. But Buddy Murphy came out, and Buddy Murphy basically said that instead of focusing on the 24/7 championship, you should be focused on me. All right, but don't worry. I promise you after this match, you're going to remember my name. All right, the match wasn't bad. I'm not gonna sit here and say the match was bad. R-Truth can wrestle. The guy is not bad in the ring. The thing that ruined this match is the Singh brothers came out and they started running around the ring, going in a freaking circle, looked disgusting. And then R-Truth, in the middle of his match with Buddy Murphy, he leaves the ring to chase after the Singh brothers. Leaves the ring. So then the Singh brothers run backstage. All right, they run away. R-Truth gets back in the ring to continue the match. Runs into a brutal kick by Buddy Murphy. Murphy gets the win. All right, I like R-Truth, man, but this was garbage. You know, this match fell off the map for me the second the Singh brothers came out, because the Singh brothers are terrible. The 24/7 championship nonsense is terrible. I cannot stand it. Really. You could if you wanted, you couldn't wait to do the 24/7 championship stuff after the match at least. If you're gonna force us to watch this 24/7 championship garbage, you couldn't wait until after the match to give us that. Come on, it does nothing for Buddy Murphy at the end of the day. And another thing, I'm thinking, where the hell was Kevin Owens? Was Kevin Owens on this show tonight? Like last week, you had Kevin Owens interfere at the main event of Raw, right? But then we don't see him. Okay, makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Okay, the Street Profits came out. I actually like this. The Street Profits came out. All right, they did their entrance. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy the Street Profits are no longer doing that garbage. Where they do the stuff backstage. They're actually being built up as wrestlers now. All right, and that's why, because the Street Profits have everything. They have charisma, they have the look, they have the mic skills, they have the in-ring ability. They have everything to be a major tag team in years to come. All right, because we're hearing rumors right now that the New Day, they're gonna turn heel. Because the New Day, in my opinion, they've been the face of the tag team division for the last couple of years. When no matter if they had the championship or not, all right, the New Day have been the faces of the tag team division. And we're hearing rumors that the New Day are going to turn heel. All right, you know. So, and I would love to see a New Day heel turn, because they've been baby faces now for close to 4 years. I remember they turned babyface back in 2016. All right, it's almost 2020. New Day have been babyface for a long time. And there's not much else you can do with the New Day as babyfaces. All right, remember, we had that New Day Revival tag team title match on Friday. So maybe that will be the catalyst for a New Day heel turn. You know, especially now with Xavier Woods being out with injury, I think that would be definitely a good way to freshen up the New Day character. But like I was saying, the New Day, you know, they've been the faces of the tag team division for years now. All right. And, you know, the Usos also were right there with them. But now the Usos, man, I have no idea if they're ever going to come back to TV. Because I heard that they took the Usos off the road after Jimmy Uso's last incident with the police. I saw the video. You know, there's a video out there right now of his encounter with the police when the police arrested Jimmy Uso. But I know you need tag teams right now. Monday Night Raw's tag team division is looking bad. SmackDown actually has a decent tag team division. Monday Night Raw's tag team division looks absolutely awful right now. So the Usos could be a really good team on Monday Night Raw. So, but definitely, if the Usos aren't going to be there right now, I have no problem. The Street Profits have everything to be the faces of the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. They have everything. They should be built up to be the number one babyface tag team on Raw. All right. Right now, you have the Viking Raiders, and I love the Raiders, man, but the Street Profits have everything. So basically, they came out, they did their entrance, they came through the crowd, and I think slowly, you know, as now, because the problem was we never saw the Street Profits do anything over the last couple months when they're acting like cheerleaders. Or we saw them do absolutely nothing. So the crowd couldn't get invested into them. But now we're seeing the Street Profits slowly, as now we're seeing them make their entrance more. We're getting to know their personality a little bit more. The crowd is getting more and more invested into them as the weeks go by. All right. So I'm liking what they're doing with the Street Profits, at least the last couple of weeks. I have no doubt that they'll probably fuck up the Street Profits at some point. All right. But, you know, the Street Profits, they basically came out, basically gave a promo about how they want to smoke, how they're here to take over Monday Night Raw. And that was it. That was it. It was simple and it did its job. I was surprised they didn't have a match or anything, but it probably would have been against two jobbers, which I don't want to see. I'm tired of seeing jobber matches on WWE television. All right, that's one of the things that needs to go. I am so sick and tired of the jobber matches. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But the segment did its job. Let's just hope WWE builds up the Street Profits going forward. We had Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet, man. I did not watch this match. I only watched the ending. Not because I don't care. It is because I don't care. Because we've seen this match. The whole point, I said this last week, and you guys can see the anger getting my voice. The whole point of a WWE draft, is supposed to give us fresh matchups, freshen up the rosters, right? How many times did we see Drew McIntyre and Ricochet before the draft? Coming out of the draft, this is the second straight week we've seen this match. Like I said, Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet, that's a universal title match. But I don't care. I don't want to ever see these two in the ring again because WWE has done everything they could with these two. I am so tired of seeing these two wrestle each other. It's legit the same thing. Their matches aren't bad or anything. It's just that I want new matchups. And I don't care that these two are going up against each other at Crown Jewel. I really don't. Do something else. You want to give me Ricochet versus Bobby Lashley. All right? Give me something fresh. Not matches that I've already seen before and now after the draft. Absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I have no idea why they did this match tonight. No idea. All right, but you had Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair at ringside. There was a moment here when, Hogan was getting in Drew McIntyre's face. He was also mocking Hogan a lot, doing his iconic poses. But, this match kept going on. The crowd was dead, and I would have been dead if I had to watch this match again because this was garbage. This was garbage. We saw McIntyre. He hit the 630 splash, all right, and then Ricochet turned around right. McIntyre didn't hit it. Ricochet went for his 630 splash. McIntyre ducked out of the way, but out of nowhere, Randy Orton hit Ricochet with a devastating RKO. This may have been the best moment of the night. Easily. Other than the Becky versus Kairi Sane match up until the ending, this Randy Orton RKO. Ricochet is very good at selling, all right? Remember earlier in the year when we saw Ricochet sell the phenomenal forearm and the Styles Clash? Ricochet knows how to sell. This was an absolute fantastic sell of the RKO, and it absolutely woke the crowd up. And it was maybe one of the only moments when the crowd actually popped. That was a fantastic. I love Randy Orton's RKO, man. Love it. Basically then, Drew McIntyre, the match ended via disqualification after that. Drew McIntyre throws Ricochet to the outside of the ring. And then Orton and Drew McIntyre trash talked Hogan at ringside. That's about it. The only thing I care about was that Randy Orton RKO, which looked beautiful. Other than that, there was nothing that I care about here. I don't care. I honestly don't even know if I'm going to watch Crown Jewel. I'm going to give you guys a Crown Jewel review, but I might just watch the highlights, to be honest. I really don't want to watch Crown Jewel, to be honest with you guys. We had the Viking Raiders versus local competition. Imagine you have the Viking Raiders, your Raw Tag Team Champions, still going up against local competitors. How did we get the Viking Raiders to the Raw Tag Team Championships? They didn't beat every tag team on Monday Night Raw. Yes, they defeated the OC a couple times, and then they defeated Rude and Ziggler. And but mostly the main way the Raiders got to the Raw Tag Team Championships were by squashing local competition. And now that they are Raw Tag Team Champions, what are they doing again? They're facing local competition. Really? Really? Instead of building up legit competition for these two, instead of building up contenders, you have tag teams. You need a couple more. I would like to see the Usos on Monday Night Raw, if they ever do come back, and maybe the Hardy Boys, if Jeff Hardy can get his act together. But you have tag teams. Yes, SmackDown has the better tag team division right now, but Monday Night Raw, they have tag teams. You have the OC, you have AOP, you have the Street Profits. All right, you probably have a couple other teams, which I can't remember right now. All right, but you have teams. That's the point. You have teams. Why? Why can the Viking Raiders get some actual competition? Why are they the tag team champions and they're facing jobbers? Someone explain that to me. Really? Honestly, if you want, you could have just done a backstage promo with the Viking Raiders. I don't need to see them squashing local competition. We get it. They're dominant. But they wouldn't be the Raw Tag Team Champions if they weren't a dominant tag team. Why do I have to see them go up against jobbers? Why am I seeing my tag team champions go up against jobbers? You're supposed to face jobbers if you're building up a team, not a team that's already been built up, not a team that's already currently holding tag team championship belts. What sense does that make? How retarded can you actually be? How retarded can you actually be? All right, and I'm getting tired of this. AOP, all right, this is exactly what I'm talking about. At the beginning, when they started this whole mafia backstage promos, I liked it. I did like it, but now WWE keeps doing it every single week. Why can't we get AOP on Monday Night Raw? When are we going to see AOP in action? Somebody explain that to me. When are we going to get AOP in action again? It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You keep doing these AOP promos. All right, and AOP, these promos are good, but I just don't care no more. I cared about it the first couple weeks. When are we going to see AOP back in the ring? What? You bring AOP each and every single week? You have them wear these mafia-like suits just to give a promo? There comes a time when we need to see you in the ring. I have the same exact problem with Aleister Black, because Aleister Black, near the end of the show, did another promo where he was waiting for someone to knock on his door. How did it make us care about these stars? Yes, these promos are good, but it comes to the point where both AOP and Aleister Black, they were brought up to Monday Night Raw via the Superstar Shakeup, and yet they're not being used. Yet WWE continues to put them in backstage promos. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Develop new stars. There comes a point where you need to stop doing promos and you need to show me in the ring what you can do. We know what Aleister Black, we know what AOP can do. Now give us legit competition for these dudes and start building them up. Because that's how the crowd gets invested in them. That's how the crowd actually gives a shit about these two. AOP are a great tag team. Aleister Black, in my opinion, should be in the Universal title hunt. But instead, you want to give me backstage promos with these two entities every single week. It is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. I don't care. Anybody that defends that, you're the problem with this company. You really are. All right? Stop with the AOP promos. Stop with the Aleister Black promos. Give them legit competition. I'm not talking about jobbers. I'm talking about legit competition. AOP and Aleister Black are too good to not be facing legit competition on Monday Night Raw. You have the talent backstage to use them. And you're wondering why your shows aren't getting good ratings. Because of crap like this. Andrade versus Sin Cara. I don't even know what the hell this was. All right. So they're continuing the Sin Cara Andrade feud that I don't care about. Sin Cara revealed that he brought help in the Masked Luchadora Carolina to deal with Zelina Vega at ringside. All right. So basically, I get that. Sin Cara makes sense. Sin Cara, it's like facing 2-on-1 because he can't attack Zelina. Zelina's a female. All right. So, he goes up against Andrade and he brings help. He has help. He has backup in the form of Carolina from NXT. Makes sense. But what happens is still, Vega was still able to do enough to distract the referee to turn the tide. Carolina slams Zelina Vega into the barricade, but then that allowed Sin Cara to get distracted. El Idolo Andrade rolls up Sin Cara, puts his feet on the ropes to get the victory. Don't really care about this feud at all. You should be building up Andrade for a championship. No matter if it's the U.S. championship, no matter if it's the, Universal championship. I'm tired of this feud. I just don't give a crap no more. I really don't. Moving on. the Iconics versus Natalya and Charlotte Flair. So Charlotte's a babyface again, right? So you told me last week Charlotte didn't turn heel? I heard a report that WWE wanted to turn Charlotte into a babyface again, and then Sasha's going to be a heel on SmackDown. Or Sasha might be turning babyface on SmackDown soon. Here's my problem. You're insulting the intelligence of your audience. Last week, you clearly had Charlotte attack Becky, and you had Charlotte act like a heel. But then the exact next week, you have Charlotte out here acting like a babyface. If you want Charlotte to be a heel, have her be a heel. If you want her to be a babyface, have her be a babyface. And remember, I don't give a damn about the Iconics. I don't give a damn about Natalya at all. Don't give a damn about any of these two. Any of these four women, to be honest. I don't know if WWE is building up because clearly you're not going to do, if WWE was smart at least, they're not going to do Charlotte versus Becky. They're not going to do Charlotte versus Becky since we've seen that 100 million thousand times already. All right, we've seen that enough times. But I can definitely see, and I think this is where WWE's going. And if it is, it's gonna hurt because you know WWE, they have their political agenda. You know WWE wants to make Charlotte the greatest female wrestler of all time, right? There's a reason why she's a 10-time champion in 4 years, and none of those title reigns mean jack shit, right? And you're not doing Charlotte versus Becky. You're not putting Charlotte in the Raw Women's title scene right now because you can't with Becky there. This is what they're going to do. And I don't care about Natalya either. All right, just like I said. Charlotte and Natalya are now, I guess, I don't know if they're going to be a tag team going forward. They did team up tonight. But they were baby faces. Asuka and Kairi Sane are heels. Asuka and Kairi Sane currently don't really have any legit competition for the tag team championships, right? This is what WWE's going to do. I'm willing to bet. You had Charlotte and Natalya defeat the Iconics tonight. Natalya made, I think, Peyton Royce tap out with the sharpshooter, and then Charlotte speared Peyton Royce. This is what's going to happen. Trust me. It's going to happen. If it's not at Survivor Series, it'll be down the line. Maybe at like TLC. They're going to have Charlotte and Natalya challenge the Kubaki Warriors for the tag team titles. They're going to have Charlotte and Natalya beat the Kubaki Warriors for the tag team titles. And you know what it's going to do? That's going to make Charlotte a Grand Slam champion. All right? Right now, the only Grand Slam champion on the roster is Bayley. She's won the Raw. She's won the SmackDown. She's won the tag team, and she's won the NXT women's titles. It's coming, guys. It's coming. If Charlotte can't be Raw Women's Champion, they're gonna make Charlotte the tag team champion. It's coming. It's coming. Trust me. They didn't just randomly do Charlotte and Natalya tonight for a reason. You know how Vince loves his blondes. Vince is already probably actually jerking off to the idea of having Charlotte and Natalya as tag team champions. You know, having their blonde hair matching the gold of the tag team belt. You already know. It's coming, guys. Trust me. It's coming. Don't be surprised next week if you have Charlotte and Natalya challenging the Kubaki Warriors for the tag team titles. I don't care about these two at all. This is absolute garbage. Garbage. Didn't care for this match at all. Next up, Falls Count Anywhere, Seth Rollins versus Eric Rowan. I'm going to say this. People are catching on. I've been saying for weeks, Seth Rollins is one of WWE's biggest heels. And the only reason why they're doing this Seth Rollins versus Bray Wyatt rematch, the only reason why they're doing this Seth Rollins Bray Wyatt rematch in Saudi Arabia is because they know that crowd is retarded. And they're not going to boo Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt the same way they did at Hell in a Cell here in the USA. They know that. They know the crowd in Saudi Arabia is more of just people that just want to be there for the hell of it. People that just want to be there because it's wrestling. They don't care. Those people in Saudi Arabia, they don't care about the storylines. All right? They do this here. Seth Rollins, and they're going to lose their minds. That's about it. All right? So you can tell Seth Rollins here in the U.S., people are And like I've been saying, they're jumping up to Seth Rollins' bandwagon. He's getting booed more and more. Seth Rollins out here on social media talking all this stuff, talking AEW the minor league. Yeah, you're calling AEW the minor league. Look at SmackDown. All right, AEW did more viewership last week than SmackDown. Get the hell out of here with that garbage. All right, please. Seth Rollins, he's such a political idiot, man. He really is. And I understand you got to defend WWE because it's your company. But legit, you just make yourself look like an idiot, a clown, a retarded fool, Seth. All right, so Seth came out, and they do this every single week. I'm so tired of it. Charlie Caruso always doing these backstage interviews with Seth Rollins. All right, always. And then Seth putting, remember when Shane McMahon was a babyface, and Shane would always, whenever he came out to the ring, he would always give that cheap city plug to get a cheap pop. Seth Rollins tried to do it tonight, barely got any response. He's like, yeah, tonight, where were they tonight? Indianapolis or whatever? Yeah, man, tonight we're in Kansas City? I have no idea. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But wherever Monday Night Raw was tonight, I think it was Indianapolis. Seth Rollins comes out there. Yeah, tonight, man, we're going to burn it down in Indianapolis. No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit. Man, it's bad. It really is bad the way this company is right now. Seth Rollins, man, you need to get that Universal title off him. I don't care. Kevin Owens, Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black. I don't even care. Give it to AJ Styles. Have AJ Styles hold both the Universal and the United States. Just anybody. I don't care. Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, anybody. Somebody get the title off of Seth Rollins. It is so bad at this point. The fact is that he's still holding this title. It really is. It is cringe-inducing garbage that Seth is still Universal title champion. You had Seth Rollins versus Eric Rowan tonight in a Falls Count Anywhere match. I'm not going to sit here and lie. The concept of it is good. Oh, get Seth Rollins prepared for a Falls Count Anywhere match. What a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's not a bad concept. But I didn't really care for the match. I really don't. They fought in the ring. They fought on the outside. They fought at the announce table. They fought backstage. And basically, Eric Rowan, he hit the iron claw on Seth, put him through the announce table. But he didn't hit the move. He went for the move, and then Seth reversed it into the stomp. But Eric Rowan was able to kick out. Then they went to the backstage area. Then Seth hit another stomp on Eric Rowan with a ladder. And this time to make sure he wouldn't kick out. And I hated this because I think this is exactly this is foreshadowing probably what's going to happen on Thursday. He took a forklift. All right, he took a forklift and he forced the man to pin Rowan under the forklift to get the definite 3 count. That's what's going to happen on Sunday. All right, because like I said, the stipulation is the match cannot be stopped. So there has to be a winner. There has to be a winner. So I like what we saw tonight. That's probably what we're going to see on Thursday. All right, I can't wait to see how this fails and backfires in the faces of those idiots at WWE. All right, it wasn't even a bad match. It's just I just don't care. I just don't give a crap at this point about Seth Rollins. I just want him to lose that title as soon as possible. Somebody, anybody, take the title off of Seth Rollins. Please do me that favor. We had AJ Styles versus Humberto Carrillo again, and people on Twitter want to say Carrillo is a star. How are you putting up stars that lose? Really? How are you putting up stars that lose? This is turning into the same thing with Buddy Murphy earlier this year. Buddy Murphy had a potential Match of the Year candidate. It's not going to be Match of the Year, but he had a Match of the Year candidate with Roman Reigns on free TV. On SmackDown earlier this year. He then had another great match with Daniel Bryan, but he lost all those matches. And is Buddy Murphy a star? No. He's lucky to be getting TV time on Monday Night Raw. It is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, all right? But AJ Styles, I love AJ Styles, man. One of the only people I legitimately care about on the main roster. The OC mocked Carrillo into agreeing to this match. Because AJ Styles, says he's the true champion on WWE on Monday Night Raw, which I agree. AJ Styles is a much better, and I look him in more as the face of Monday Night Raw, other than Becky. All right, I would take AJ Styles and Becky as the faces of Monday Night Raw over Seth Rollins any day. Seth Rollins is absolute garbage, as Universal Champion. All right. And basically, Styles was like, I'm offended that you didn't challenge me. You challenged Seth Rollins instead of me. But this was a good match. All right, I like Humberto Carrillo's offense. The guy's talented in the ring. I just feel like that offense is probably going to get him injured one of these days because the guy is a little bit reckless. He's a little bit reckless. But the guy Humberto got skills. He has skills. But basically, Styles was able to attack Humberto's left leg. All right, basically, then he set it up with the, what's it called? The calf crusher. Which one of the things I like about AJ Styles. The calf crusher is so good. The calf crusher is like a third finisher for AJ Styles. AJ Styles is one of the only guy, maybe the only guy on the main roster. I've been probably saying maybe Adam Cole and also Johnny Gargano, but on the main roster, Styles is probably the only guy with 3 legit finishers. 3. He has the Styles class, he has the phenomenal forearm, and he has the calf crusher. Because he makes a lot of people tap out with the calf crusher. And the thing is, Humberto tapped out before Styles even had the move in effect. He tapped out right away. But after the match, AJ Styles faked a handshake to Carrillo. All right, and then attacked him, hitting him with the Styles class. But then we see the Street Profits come out, continuing their feud with the OC. And the Street Profits make the OC retreat. So don't be surprised next week. Next week, we're going to get a 6-man tag. We're going to get a 6-man tag. It's going to be Carrillo and the Street Profits against the OC. Watch. It's going to happen next week. All right? I wouldn't be surprised if it was already confirmed on WWE's on Twitter page. And the end of the show, because I want to get out of here, the divorce court. All right, instead of King's Court, they called it the divorce court between Rusev and Lana. This was garbage. This was absolutely terrible. I don't know why they're continuing this story. I just don't understand. Nobody cares. And I actually like Rusev. I like Rusev as a babyface. I feel like if you used him correctly, he could be a star on Monday Night Raw. I like a babyface Rusev, man. The guys cares about him. I wish Rusev would bring back the Rusev Day gimmick. Really do. But this is garbage. Jerry the King Lawler tried to get the full story about what was going on between Rusev and Lana's relationship, where it fell apart. And I'm convinced this is still just for TV purposes. All right? I think Rusev and Lana, I don't know them personally, but I feel like their relationship in real life probably is still fine. But Lana kept insulting Rusev a lot. She insulted him about Rusev sexual inclinations, and basically he called Rusev a cheater. All right, so basically she said that Rusev cheated on her before she cheated on him with Lashley, and that Rusev wanted to destroy Lana's career. And then Bobby Lashley came to the ring, and then this turned into a brawl between the two. Rusev was actually getting over at first, and then the crowd was kind of getting into it because, we want to see Rusev succeed. But then Lana interfered and low-blowed her husband. Then Lashley hits another low blow on Lana. And then, Rusev's on the floor trying to recover from the low blow from Lana and Lashley. The guy got 2 low blows. I hope he was wearing a cup. All right. And then, man, Lana grabs Lashley. It looks so awkward at first. All right. They just grab each other and they start making out again. All right. And then legit, this was porn part 2. All right. I can remember a couple weeks ago when this whole thing started and those two were making out. This was part 2 tonight. This is part 2. Next week, we're going to get the full sex scene between Lana and Bobby Lashley. All right. Don't you worry. This was garbage. This was absolute garbage, man. Can't believe it. Lana, man. Lana's putting her hands all over Lashley's breasts and And the two just making out for days. I'm just like, bro, why? Why? This show is legit garbage. It's really bad how bad these shows are getting. It really is. It's disappointing and just bad. All right. Part of me wants to give them hope that, after this Crown Jewel nonsense is over, we can start building up towards actual pay-per-views like Survivor Series, which is 2 weeks away. But, at this point, man, I just give up. I give up with WWE. This show is absolutely terrible, man. But I appreciate you guys coming through for the review either way. That's about all I got for you guys today, man. Thank you guys for coming through. Thank you guys for the love and support. I'm going to get out of here. As always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I'm going to be dropping a lot of WWE 2K20 My Career videos over the next couple of days. So if you guys want to watch my WWE 2K My Career videos, I'll be dropping those. Those videos are kind of entertaining. All right, I'm having a little bit of fun with my career mode, even though the game is pretty garbage. All right, WWE 2K20 might be worse than Monday Night Raw and SmackDown combined right now, and that's me being honest. All right, but these follow me on social media, guys. The links are in the description down below. Like, comment, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Enable notifications by clicking the bell next to my name if it's on TV, so you guys are notified every time I post a new video. Hopefully Wednesday we'll have the AEW review. Thursday most likely we'll have the Crown Jewel review. All right, probably, and then Friday we'll have SmackDown. As always, guys, thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you guys for coming through. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys.